The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser-cut dice towers, tokens, and more developed by a gamer for gamers and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin with a tragic past.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a Habbo and Halfling druid searching for a new life.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a half-elf rogue with a past he can't seem to escape.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Coughran Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer setting out to understand his own arcane gifts.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. Your dinner has been rudely interrupted by the infamous outlaw Wiley Smokes Moran and his notorious Black Smoke gang. Wiley has just escorted Mayor Jonathan Amors out of the dining room and into the rest of the house, closing the door behind him and giving his boys the order to have fun. Shots have been fired, filling the space with the ringing sound of gunfire and the smoke from the gunpowder, creating chaos. In this chaos, everyone's favorite halfling has finally shown one of her most extraordinary abilities, transforming into a positively massive rattlesnake, further adding to the chaos and confusion of the scene before you. Zonimus, what would you like to do?
I'd like to finish my mead, but I know that ain't gonna happen anytime soon, so...
Especially since Macron just stomped on it.
Yeah.
You have one of the bandits is down, slumped against the wall. There are 3 remaining, raring to go.
I'm moving in on one of them, and a lanky dwarf comes flying in front of me. So I will catch up to him, and I will... let's go dagger.
All right. And you will get sneak attack because Makran is there.
Mm-hmm. So that is 15.
15? Yes, that will hit.
Okay. So 13, nope. Doing math here. It's new.
It's a new concept.
11.
11, okay.
And then I will raise my pistol.
Okay.
Actually, is he still up?
He is, just barely.
Well, then I will definitely... I got it. It's covered.
Yeah,
Dice down. Dice. I got it. Everybody's getting up to grab this die because we know how hard it is to get back.
How hard is it to find dice in the studio?
So, yes, dagger up. Not so hot there. 9. Nope. But I made his head ring for a while.
Okay, Makran, that will bring us to you.
So are any of the banditos, are any of them like within 5 feet of each other?
The one on the other side of the table, the one kind of close to Gideon, his buddy, maybe about 5 feet.
Okay, so...
Well, no, sorry. There's one that ran up to you and Zonimus. So okay. There's 2 there. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So laying there, boom, slipped in the mashed potatoes face down. And so he, instead of using his dagger, because it would mean getting up at this moment, again, just calls upon some of his sorcerer's power. And this time, indeed, we see that little swirling green orb start to form. And this one only becomes about golf ball size. And he flings it forth from his palm to the one in front of him. But then Acid Splash is any 2 creatures, 1 to 2 creatures. And so it's going to hit this one that then bounce to the next one, possibly.
Okay.
And 5 points of damage.
And what is my...
Oh, that is...
Since it's a cantrip, is it a pass or fail?
Yes.
Okay, so that will be a 20 and a 19. So they do both pass.
I believe they will.
All right, yeah. So the acid kind of splashes onto their sides, and it starts to kind of bubble, and they manage to kind of get some of it away before it really starts to set in. Is that all for you, Mockran?
And then he will kind of roll off the table so that he's standing there at the side of the table, perhaps still flanking the guy that was at the end of the table.
Okay, Gideon.
We're going to go at the guy that I already attacked with my dagger. A 15.
15 will hit.
And I am so filled with anger, having finally broken through of the frighten and remembering the teachings by the priestess, and also remembering that Daga is there with me and the goddess is always with me, and also thinking about how we'd mentioned about Thundercrack. I cast Thunderous Smite on him.
Ooh, nice.
So the D4
Okay.
plus, I believe that is 2d6.
It is.
So it's a bonus action to cast it, and then
Yeah.
you get the extra damage if you hit on your next attack.
14 points of damage, and within 300 feet, a massive thunderous explosion happens.
Oof, yeah. But see, you guys hear this massive peal of thunder rattles the whole house as you look this bandit straight in the eyes, because that's all you can see. You know, he's got his mask on covering his nose and mouth, and his eyes just go wide as thunder courses from where you have shanked him with your dagger, and it just kind of courses through his body, and he shakes before going still against the wall. So that is 2 down, 2 to go, and it is their turn. So Zani, you've got another shank coming for you. It'll be a 22. These guys have
He
your
did
number.
upgrade his gang, that's for sure.
That will be for 3 slashing.
Okay.
And then Mockran, the other one, is going to aim another shot at you. Oof, that is another natural 1, so it just goes wild into the ceiling. You're moving around a little too much. Stop moving. Puppy.
I'm gonna try to bite this dude again.
All right.
If he's still there. I don't.
Yep, let's say the one that
It's hard to keep
Dominus
track
is-
of where they move to. Please. I just want to bite him. My dice are being salty today. Yes. That's a 23.
That will definitely hit.
Yes.
This guy yells out as these fangs into the side of his leg.
That's gonna be 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he needs to make a DC 11 con save.
Okay. Literally just makes a 12.
So he'll take half. So that'll be 7 is half.
7. Okay.
Poison damage.
So, Xanimus, as you are kind of watching your opponent, watching his face, you see, that bloom of poison as it courses through his system as this giant rattlesnake is just attached to his leg. And you see him shudder and foam just a little bit from the poison coursing through his body. And yes, he too slumps and passes.
And then I am going to do that thing that snakes do, the poisonous snakes do, where they have like their little head, like a cobra kind of. They make their heads big. And rattle my tail some more. And look super mean and scary.
All right, back to you, Xanimus.
Back to me. So that's 3 down, 1 to go.
3 down, 1 to go.
You know your leader left you here to die, right? And I will revolver them.
Okay.
For 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay. And 8.
8. Okay. All right.
And, yeah.
Okay. He is still up for the moment.
I'm going to go back to the chair I started this whole thing in and sit down.
All right. Mockran.
Awesome. So Mockran runs toward the door that Wiley smokes, and the mayor went out. He opens that door so that there's a free passage for whoever needs to move or whatever. But then he turns, and the dagger that he still has in his other hand, he throws that toward perhaps the back of the guy by Xanimus. It's going to be close. A 14.
That will hit.
Okay. Whew. And 3 points of damage.
Okay.
plus his strength, so 5.
5? Okay. You throw this dagger and it hits him in the shoulder. He's definitely bleeding and almost to the point where he's going to go down, but he's still got a little bit of fight left in him. Gideon.
You've opened that door, is that
I
right?
opened the door, yeah.
Macron opens the door. I look over there. What am I seeing in there?
So looking out from the dining room, it leads back into the living area. And from the living area, Mayor Jonathan's office is connected there. The door to his office is open. You basically are hearing Wiley kind of start to exit.
Okay.
So they've had some time, for Jonathan to take him into the office, open the safe, and you do see Wiley with looks like a leather journal in his hand.
Okay, I am going to hope that my companions can take care of this last guy as I go after Wiley.
Okay.
Once I am within 60 feet, I am going to again call on Daga in a power that I've never known that I've had before, but I feel this truly can happen if I use the right words and command him to drop.
Okay. And that is a wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, Gideon. You think you could dare command me? You got a death wish, son. Give me another religion check.
4.
4. Okay, you're still just so in the moment, so like trying to. How does he keep doing this? What power is he connected to? But you just can't. It's not clicking. But yes, he easily.
How far away? I can do that within 60 feet. Can I actually get up on him though?
I'll allow it.
Okay, so I want to be up there. If he moves away, I want to be able to make an opportunity attack.
Okay. The last remaining bandit is gonna just look at you, Xonimus, and say, "Some things are worth dying for." And he's got 3 targets that are equally valid. So I'm gonna roll a d6. Zani, you are 1 or a 2. Poppy, you are a 3 or a 4. Makran is a 5 or a 6. And that is a 4.
I got them temporary hit points.
Right?
Because who wouldn't attack a snake if it was the size?
Right? Just, again, equally valid threats. So that'll be a 16.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Snakes don't wear armor, believe it or not.
Snakes don't wear armor. It's strange.
Poppy, could you hold him?
It doesn't. I'm not a constrictor. I didn't turn into that one.
Okay.
And there'll be 9 points of.
I'm still a snake.
There
Actually,
you go.
sorry,
Good.
10 total.
Still a snake. Barely.
All right, and that will be it for his turn. So, Poppy, you're up.
I'm gonna bite him back. I'm gonna try. And
I will say, I mean, you are technically a medium creature. You could attempt to grapple him if you'd like, but choice is yours.
I'm gonna bite him. He shot me. That hurt. Okay, that's gonna be a 20-some. 23.
Yeah, that gonna hit.
So he's gonna take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then he has to do a DC 11 con save.
He actually passes.
That's fine. He'll still take half. So it'll be 8
8. Okay.
halved for you.
Okay. So you get a good bite on his, again, just kind of slithering your way through this dining room and attach yourself to his ankle. And he very slowly, again, bleeding out, poisoned, collapses. Nice. But staring Xonimus down the whole way.
And I'm going to slither towards the door
Does he?
with my movement.
I don't think this is a dumb question. Be prepared to laugh. Did he die?
Yes.
Okay.
He is an ex-bandit.
Don't, Poppy.
I'm just slithered towards the door. I didn't get very far. I got farther than I would as a halfling.
Are we still in initiative? Or?
Oh yeah, we're still in initiative order.
I'm going.
Gideon is up there in Wiley's grill.
Oh, you're actually up.
Oh,
He's-
I'm on it.
I thought you were at a distance. I thought you
in
did
fact,
look through the door and saw
I'm
it
in
happen.
melee, so if you
charged
want to do a sneak attack, now would be a great time.
I'm going to run up there, and I'm going to put my hand on Gideon's chest and say, "We'll get him later," and just stare you dead in the eye. And anything you read on my face says you and I are the only 2 people in here right now. Do I feel you relax?
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will now turn up at my back to Gideon and look at Smokes and say, "You heard me. Go."
Why, Zani? There is still a spark there, isn't there? Makron.
And you hear Mockrin from the dining room. He comes charging. Woo-hoo! He comes charging in to grapple around this guy's, like, just maybe diving right at his waist.
Football tackle it.
You're the only one that wants to let this guy go.
I will look at Smokes and put a finger up and sigh and stick my foot out.
No.
Okay, roll a grapple check at disadvantage.
So a 17 plus 2 is a 19 on the grapple check.
Okay, that's with disadvantage?
Oh, with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, and a 15 plus 2, so a 17 and a 19.
17, okay. Roll bad. It'll be a 21.
Oh.
So, yes, with some help from Zonimus and Wiley just seeing you coming from a mile away, just steps casually to the side and you just kind of barrel in his way.
You guys are embarrassing me.
And Wiley just looks at the three of you and let me see. Let me just make sure this works the way I want it to. Okay, cool. So all three of you, Makron, Gideon, Zonimus, I need wisdom saves.
Oh, God.
As you hear Wiley just grovel at my power. And you recognize this spell, Gideon.
8.
Natural 20. Total of 21.
Modified 10.
10. Okay. So
Once again.
definitely, so Gideon and Makron, you two do have to follow his command to grovel. You, however, are completely unaffected, Zonimus.
I'm gonna just go.
And he starts to stalk out the door, taking his sweet time.
I turn around.
Spurs clinking.
Ready to shoot anybody that even looks in the direction.
Smokey, and he's a good man, and he's powerful, and he's so good, and I would serve him, and
Save it, Macron.
And with that, Wiley stalks out of the mayor's mansion and heads off.
It's all right. In the long run, we're going the same direction.
So after that 6
still a
seconds, I kind of pull myself up off the ground and I say, he got away with the journal, Zonimus.
I know. And we got away with our hides.
He didn't get everything.
Really?
As Jonathan kind of leaves his office.
I'm shocked Jonathan is alive.
Yeah. He clutches in his hand a few sheets of paper. I wasn't able to get everything. He wanted the map, specifically, but I managed to save a few of the pertinent entries that may be of assistance.
I walk over to him and I take the paper from him and I say, well, thank you kindly. You know, we can bring these people to justice. And with this kind of this is not just a little bit of information. He handed me several pages.
Yeah, it looks as though he might have, so the journal itself, the pages as you're holding them, they're very old. The parchment is very aged, so it could have been, that these pages were already loose, and he just managed to pry them out very subtly as he, took the journal and gave the rest to Wiley. So you have some of it.
I've got some reading material, folks.
I ain't got time for your words.
Well, first off, we look over at Poppy.
I'm still a snake. I don't know how to turn back.
I think at this moment, we stop. We hear a rattle behind us. And all three of us turn and just stare at...
Oh, goodness gracious, when did a snake get in here?
No, that's ours. She's with us. She's with us. Well, Poppy, are you still in there?
I can nod my head.
Put your hand on her forehead and think really hard about
Smokey's
her
turned her into a serpent.
I'm not putting my hand anywhere near her head.
I hiss comfortingly.
Strangely, I feel comforted by that hiss.
You know what? I'm going to take one step ahead of Gideon, physically. And I'm going to extend my hand the same way I did to you earlier this evening.
I still don't know how to change back.
That doesn't make you want to, like, naturally put your arm out or nothing, and you fight it and pop out. And
No.
Poppy, stop being a damn snake.
If you understood Snake, I just said, I don't know how.
We need to take her to the stable.
I think so.
Yeah. Mayor, go upstairs and check on your family.
Yes, tonight has been absolutely Riza! You must get Riza.
I will run to get Riza. You run to talk to Yazgath about whatever's gone wrong with our friend.
If there still is a Riza, how did he get out? Go. Find out.
Macron, you're going to come with me to Riza?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
And I look at Poppy like, do I care?
I'm actually faster now as a snake than I was as a halfling.
Macron turns at the front door and looks at Zonim and says,
This is all your fault.
and then is off.
And as I follow behind him, I look over at Zonimus and I say, he might not be wrong. And I follow out.
And I slither away angrily.
Gideon, what can we do? She's been cursed.
The dice say that Macron 100% believes that
I
Smokes
have
did
no
this.
idea. I've
Like,
never seen anything like this before. I know that this probably has something to do with her most recent powers that she's had. So let her go to Yazgath and deal with that. We need to talk to Riza. I'm really worried about whether she's even alive.
And they continue walking along, that direction. And he's just like,
But did you see the power? I mean, how did he stop it?
very frustrated. His hands are in his hair,
I oftentimes don't even have the common sense to follow the simplest instructions, but did you see what Zani did? He just... Ugh.
I think Zonimus was trying to save your life, Macron. So I know you want to blame him, but he also might have been thinking about your welfare more than you possibly know. Because I think he knows this guy a lot more than we do. And the truth is, I think this guy could have taken us all down with a thought. So you can blame Zonimus because he knew the guy, but maybe because he knew the guy is why we're still standing.
Howdy friends, Michael Cross here, taking just a few moments away from Red Dirt DnD, asking you to become a patron of this podcast. Your support means we can add a lot of extra niceties to the show in the form of artwork and music, as well as supporting our cast and crew. Patrons get early access to content as well as bonus material, along with access to our Discord server. You can even get an invite to monthly Q&A sessions and DM classes, maybe even a 2-hour game session with our very own Dungeon Master, Ash King. We have 6 different monthly levels to choose, ranging from $5 to $100. Head over to patreon.com/reddirtdnd right now to show your support for this new podcast. Now, back to Tales from the Caliban Frontier.
All right. So as the two of you, Gideon and Makran, are running towards the town jail, you do see Riza is actually headed in the same direction, and she is running full tilt. There's kind of a look of intense worry on her face. She spots the two of you. Are y'all all right? Is everything fine?
Yeah, and I've got blood on me, obviously, because I've been attacking people with daggers.
And Macron has mashed potatoes because he fell.
A little bit of gravy, yeah.
Because obviously you were attacking the dinner.
You were attacking the dinner.
She has a hunting rifle that's kind of holstered on her shoulders. Y'all got weapons?
I don't have my weapons with me, but it's not important right now. Your prisoner escaped, and he came to the dinner at Mayor Jonathan's, and Wiley has escaped with the journal. His 4 compadres are dead.
And she very... Come on, we've gotta check on Thomas. I left him. He was
She's not
on
coming
watch
from the
tonight.
jail.
Oh, she came running from across the way.
Oh, goodness.
I was-
So we keep booking it to the jail.
Yeah, I was with my sister, and then all of a sudden I hear a huge commotion, and there was a bar fight at the Jackalope, and I'm worried the two are connected.
We're following you. You lead us.
Again, just very, very point blank, running into the jail, and you just hear her, Merciful dog. Thomas! And you see on the floor, in a pool of his own blood, is Deputy Thomas.
By the forge.
I just fall to my knees and I just grab him and I pull him up. I'm saying, no, this is not happening again. Please tell me there is any kind of life in him at all. Anything at all.
Give me a medicine check.
That's a 1.
Someone.
Oh.
You're fumbling, you're feeling, you don't know. You want him to be alive. You're shaking him. Thomas, wake up! And Riza, too, is just... She's sitting there next to you and next to him, and... Gideon, he's gone.
And I'm just weeping. Because there's another life I couldn't save.
Moran looks over at the jail cell that's now empty where...
Oh, and the goblins are gone, too.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so... He looks over to see where this Ifrit, this stranger in the corner was sitting, and he thinks about the manipulation that happened there, and he can see the grief that's just shuddering all about Gideon's shoulders, and he notices also now that the goblins are gone too, and he just looks at Riza like, what are we gonna do?
That rat. It's just this rage is shaking in her. Do you know which way he went? Where did he go? I'll find him myself if you don't come with me.
We'll come with you. But I don't think you can stop him. I know you're mad. I am just as upset. But you cannot stop him by yourself.
You don't know that.
Poppy heard him. Maybe he's susceptible to ice or water.
She wants to go, right? She wants to go.
Well, she wants to go.
Okay.
She's getting up and she is shouldering that rifle. And
I take Thomas, I look at him in the eyes, and I close them, and I lay his head on the floor. And I look over her and I say, we're with you. Wherever you want to go, we'll go now.
See if we can track this rat down. Thomas deserved better. She just has to... She runs out of the sheriff's office and is looking around, and she starts to realize that Thomas is gone, but so too is Wiley. Did you see which way he went? Where did he go?
And we did, right? Because he sauntered off, so we were able to see where he was going.
You saw him saunter away from the mayor's house.
Right. Well, yeah, we don't know exact
direction. But you don't know the exact direction that he is gone. And barring that, you also don't know, piecing together from what Riza has said. There was a bar fight in the saloon. Mm-hmm. Thomas has very obviously been, shot and taken out. This was a coordinated attack. So you might have taken out some of Wiley's gang. You didn't get them all.
Right.
So you have no idea how many men he's got with him, and chances are good they've probably have horses.
Right. I say, Sheriff, right now, we've got to take care of our dead, and we've got to figure out what's going on. And especially, Sheriff, we don't have time to run off and leave this town undefended.
You wanted my blessing, Gideon?
Yes.
Tomorrow night, you and I, the long vigil.
I'm with you, Sheriff.
Give me a religion check at advantage.
12.
12? Okay. So being a paladin, what she is talking about is literally the sacred oaths. You spend the long vigil, which is a night, and at the end of this vigil, you swear your oath.
I say, Sheriff, I am yours, as much as I am Daga's. I will stand the long vigil with you, and I will swear the sacred oaths.
Good. All right. So, we have a problem on our hands.
Meanwhile, there's a full-size snake slithering down the road.
Casually slithering down the road, headed towards the stables.
I will try to get into the stable before she does. To get someone's attention before she comes in. Are they there?
Yeah, let's say the Yazga and her wife are just kind of hanging out. You know, they're having their own dinner. And you kind of look up and what is all this?
I'm going to say, pardon me, and then I'm going to step to the side and look down.
And in Snake, I would probably be like very, help me. I can't turn it back. I don't know how I did it. What's going on?
You have brought us a snake.
I've brought you Poppy. You helped her earlier name her wolf.
And Yazgash leans down and just, Poppy?
I nod my head affirmatively. Comfortingly, I hiss.
What have you done to yourself, my girl?
And then, again, if you spoke Snake, I don't know what I did. I was... So it's just a lot of hissing sounds.
Yes, and you get her, like, she gives her fingers a wiggle and, you know, casts speak with animals so she can actually understand. It's like, okay. Is this the first time you have transformed?
Of course it is. Do you think I would be this confused if I knew what I was doing?
It is certainly an unusual choice for a first transformation.
I was just thinking about these men, and they were all big snakes, and I wished that I was a snake to bite back, and then I became a snake.
Well, it is very, very simple. Calm down. It is fine. It is very, very simple. You must simply remember what it is to be Poppy.
What?
Am I not making myself perfectly clear?
That is not helpful at all.
What is it to be Poppy?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't remember your hair?
Sure.
You don't remember what it is like to have two legs?
Be small and helpless and not be able to help anybody that you want?
No. You may be small, but you are mighty. You are Poppy. You are fearless. You turned into a snake to defend your friends.
Can Zonimus understand one half of this conversation? Or is it all out the door?
Yes. No, she is speaking in common.
Okay.
You know,
but the magic is making them be able to
yes,
communicate.
she can understand Poppy because of the magic, but she doesn't necessarily have to speak in snake.
Can I pull her wolf in here?
He's going to attack me.
Maybe not.
You also could just kick me. I have like 1 hit point.
But that doesn't teach you anything.
If your head stays attached when he shakes you, I'm
going to turn into a bear, and when I'm done being a bear, I'm just going to go jump off a cliff.
But as Yazgash is saying this, and I'm starting to calm down, and she's like, yeah, I was going to save my friends. I killed 2 of those guys. Nobody else killed 2 guys. Margaret fell on his face in the mashed potatoes.
See? Yes.
And
you are noble, you are fearless, you are powerful, and you are Poppy.
Well, thank you. I do greatly appreciate it. That was terrifying.
First transformations usually are. I remember my first transformation. I was stuck as a jackrabbit for 3 days.
That's awesome. Oh, goodness gracious.
It was very awkward. But, again, you just must remember what it is to be you.
Well, thank you just so very much. And I give her a big hug around her knees.
Oh, she leans down and just envelops her. Just come here, honey. It is fine.
And I enjoy this motherly hug.
She just gently, kind of smooths your hair and just... But it was fun to be a snake, right?
It was pretty awesome. I bit 2 guys and I killed them.
Impressive.
But they were bad guys though, so it doesn't make me a bad person, right?
No. You are defending your friends. We must give you tattoos.
And then, without a word to Zonimus, I will say my goodbyes to Yazgash and leave, and not even wait for you, because I'm mad.
I am sensing some tensions. Is everything all right?
No. Then I turn and walk out.
Okay, fine.
I find the nearest shadow, and when it's appropriate, I'll let the DM know where I am.
All right.
I would have headed over towards, because I knew that Gideon and Mock were headed towards the jail, so I would head in that general direction and see when I see him.
As soon as I see her, I run to you, and I just fall on my knees, and I just hold you very, very close. And I say, you are the bravest woman I have ever known.
Well, thank you. Did you take any hits while we were fighting?
I did not.
Okay. Never mind then. And I'll hug you back. I'm a little confused by this much emotion about it. I mean, I felt pretty awesome, but...
As far as I was concerned, you were going to be a snake forever. So did Mockrin.
Poppy, everything's it's a bag of nails. Thomas is dead.
Oh no, I never got to meet Thomas, but he seemed like a nice fella. That's very sad.
And Mockrin kind of looks around and he's like, where's Zonimus?
He explained what was going on to Yazgash, and I just couldn't even be in the same room. So after she helped me regain this form, I just left. So I don't know. I don't know where he went. And right now, I don't rightly care.
Well, maybe we should head back to the hotel. Maybe he'll join us there later tonight. But I think all of us need to get some rest after the night that we've had.
Gideon, do you remember a few days ago when we were at Venturus and we were at the bar and I asked you, can we trust Zonimus?
I do remember that.
Can we trust Zonimus?
I look at you and I mull the question over. It was so much easier in Venturus when you asked it. And I say, Macron, I don't know anymore. And I turn and I walk toward the hotel.
And I'm gonna hold your hand.
And I'm not letting go of her hand.
And Mockrin takes a deep breath and then starts walking toward the hotel.
And at the end of that exhale, Zonimus from behind you says, you can always trust me. I know you don't like what I did, but it kept you alive.
By the Forge, I don't understand a single thing that's going on. You do that varmint.
Yeah, that varmint and I ran together for a long time.
So, sorcery is very rare among dwarves. And so I do a lot of my own learning. But he's touched, right? By the elements?
Yeah, he is.
How do we overcome a situation like that? How did he do that? You saw.
He's gotten power hungry. I mean, we're all power hungry. We all want riches and fame and gold and the easy life. He and I ran together in the same gang, and he was kind of looked upon as a good means to an end, when necessarily like a tool. I was sort of really had the attention of the one that led us. The one that led us went down, and it was a few days before a big heist, and so we just kept going like we had been the whole time. Carried out the heist, and things went bad. Things that I'm not proud of. Went bad in a really bad way. And to save his own hide, he left me for dead. I can now only assume that he has taken control of the gang, has grown the gang. It's obviously stronger than it was when I was in it. And I don't know what kind of devils he's been making deals with. I've seen him do some crazy stuff, but I never see him do the things like he done tonight.
So Mockrin would like to make an insight check, and we'll see how this goes to see if he believes, to see if he can tell if Zonimus is telling the truth or not. Yeah, so natural 4. So I'm assuming that he is now really conflicted in believing exactly what you said, thinking back on this kind of fast friendship that we've had over the last few days. He's really struggling with putting it all together about, okay, that does make a little bit of sense that you had left a bad past behind and now it found you, but what if you're not,
You want to believe him.
Yes.
You want to give him the benefit of the doubt,
Yes.
but your confidence has certainly been shaken.
So I will tell you that it's definitely a story for another night, but that was the last straw of my association with the Black Smoke gang, with Wiley himself, and with the life I was living. So I started to do a rewind and found myself back in Venturas. You can believe that. You could not believe that. I understand how it might be seen as though I betrayed you back at the mayor's. And if that's how you see it and you want me to turn and walk away, so be it. But I know I saved my friends tonight.
Mocker just looks up, slightly up at him and takes a deep breath and says, I'm not going to judge you.
And with that, the four of you head into the Long Rest Hotel. You clean off the evidence of tonight's losses, and you settle in to try and mull over what has happened, to try to come to some sort of understanding of what has been laid out before you. There's a lot of questions, and not all of them have answers, but tomorrow is a new day.
They brought you low, but you're a hero. To hell with all them bastards. Great Uncle George, he's our gun. Went for the love and came back medicine. Picture and all, you made the paper. They brought you low, but you're my hero. To hell with all them bastards. We say, man, look what you've done. We're misbegotten. You want us forgotten. Dropped out the bottom. To hell with all us bastards.
Red Dirt D&D is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Macron Stone Shaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our sound producer is Mark Coughran. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride, and our sound effects courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and our new home on the interwebs, reddirtdnd.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. And finally, a special thank you to KOSU for giving us a platform to do what we love so much. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban frontier.